Hi Stampers, it's Elizabeth. But ooh, I got thumbs up. I got somebody there. Yay! So I'm warm. I have a new furnace. And you know, folks, I can't even hear it when it comes on. Before, my whole house used to shake. So I've got a new furnace, a new air conditioner, and a new water heater. Look, I'm a mess. And a new water heater. So the water heater is a rental, but the furnace and the air conditioner, I'm going to be selling lots of stamps, guys. Anyhow, so that was good to have that done. I will admit that it had been weighing on me for a while. So, but it's nice and toasty now, which is a good thing. And I'm even going to be more excited about the air conditioner in the summertime because my air conditioner died last year, about halfway through summer, and I thought, oh, I'm not getting it replaced. So I was telling my boss that I contemplated not even getting air conditioner installed, just to get the furnace redone. And he said to me the other day, he goes, "Now, Elizabeth, I don't want you to be one of those old ladies when they retire are stuck in their house and they're withering away because it's too hot in the summertime." And he goes, "You'll be in your stamp room and you'll be hunched over stamping away." And he said the sweat will be pouring off of you. So he said you have to get air conditioning. So anyhow, I'm here with Wednesday Night Live. Oh, it's Lois. Lois, I can see you on. I'm just seeing who else is there. Ellen's here. Excellent. So we've got some consensus here, and we're going to be playing with Flowers of Friendship. Now, some of you, when I sent out the mini catalog, I had sent a little card that was in it, and we are going to recreate that card. I'm going to show you the card that we made, but I'm changing it up because the designer series paper no longer exists. And it was from Celebration. Sorry, that's what I meant to say. And we've got Emily watching. Oh, good. Excellent. So folks are on. And let's get over, and I'm hoping that this is, when I switch to the overhead, this is what stopped working before. Let's just see if this is going to run. We're going to be using the Flowers of Friendship. Just give you a heads up that demonstrators today were told to come back on May the 29th. They have confirmed there will be a color refresh coming with the new catalog. I can tell you that Lost Lagoon, and I think it was called Pretty Peacock, will be coming back. I don't know what colors will be leaving or what the color refresh all means. As demonstrators, we will find out on March the 29th. Exciting time. We were expecting a color refresh because it's been about 5 years, and they had warned us a while back not to get rid of any in colors or inks because they may switch things in and out, and that's coming. Okay, we're going to play with Flowers of Friendship. And as I mentioned, this is a card that I sent out with the catalogs, the mini catalogs, when I sent them out at the beginning of the year. And it was using the Dainty Flowers Designer Series paper, which was part of Celebration. And I also used the Warm Welcome dies for this little card here. And the reason why I chose that, because we use the Whimsy stitched with Whimsy dies just to give this little bit of a border. And I liked the fact that this also had it stitched. You don't have to use this. You can just cut a piece of basic white. That's this size. I'll tell you what the measurement is, and you can stamp it. But I just thought it matched really well. It's a really simple card, folks. Very, very simple. This is the stamp set. Thank you for everything. Many thanks from all of us. Little card, big thanks. I love that sentiment. And life is better with friends like you. And then there are some florals, border, floral, and then this is the main image we are going to be using. This also coordinates with the punch, which we are not using, but this is the punch. And it punches out these pieces here, these 4 pieces. All right. I'm going to put that right there. And we're going to start with a piece of basic white. That's 5.5, which is not 5.5. by 8.5. Let me get out my trimmer because I thought this was 5.5. I just pulled it out of my stash and thought, oh, I don't have to cut this. It's all cut, but it's not 5.5. There we go. Now it's 5.5. 5.5 by 8.5 and scored at 4.25. We're going to be using fresh freesia, and that's this piece here. And it is a 4.25 by 3.25, and a piece of basic white, and it is 4 by 3. And I have already die cut out from the Warm Welcome dies, and that's this one right here. This one here. Like I said, you don't have to use this. You use what you have. And if it's just a piece of basic white that is 1 by 1 3/4, just cut it 1 by 1 3/4. And instead of using the Dainty Flowers Designer Series paper, I'm using the Regency Park Designer Series paper. And folks, look, it's the same color. I'm going to get the similar look, but using currant, and it's 5.5 by 2. As always, my use what you have. If you like the purple, find another purple. And if it's not purple, find blue. Like use what you have to create this. And then I've got the Stitch with Whimsy dies, and I'm using the third smallest one, like that. All right. And oh, we're going to be using Gorgeous Grape ink, Black Memento ink, Old Olive blends, and the Fresh Freesia blends. And I need to clean up just a little bit, put things aside. And I'm going to start first by, and I'm doing this because one of the cards that I made, I stamped first and then did the stitching, and I didn't have it lined up right. So I want to do the stitching so that I know where the stamp has to go. So I am going to bring out my stamp and cut in an emboss machine, like here. And I have a new plate on the top, guys. Don't you love it? Am I the only one that loves it when you get a new plate? Hey, Anne, nice seeing you. Nice, thank you for being here. Oh, and we got Lois, you've got your name showing. Excellent. And so I'm watching on both sides so I can catch names from the app and from my iPad. Okay, so now I've got my piece of basic white, and I have my Stitch with Whimsy dies. So there's lots of chatter amongst the Stampin' Up! Demonstrators as to what stamps they think are going to retire, what colors they think are going to retire. So I'm going to ask you all, what color do you hope retires? Oops, I got moved. And what color do you not want to retire? I will tell you that the color I hope retires, I'm really sorry, folks, is Blushing Bride. Hate it. Hate it with a passion. And I just don't find it a very attractive color at all. But I don't know what color I want to stick around. I've been loving Balmy Blue lately, I must admit. And I love my soft suede. So maybe soft suede is the one that I want to stick around. Maybe that's the one, because I love my soft suede. Okay, so now you'll see, isn't that just gives a little detail to the card that is kind of unexpected, right? Just that stitching detail. And now I have the big flower stamp. And I'm going to ink this up in the Black Memento. Like this. So we're in for weather. Anyone else so tired of the doom and gloom of the weather forecast these days? Okay, and now I'm going to kind of stamp it askew. I want this big flower in amongst this. This is a sample one that I have. I want in amongst that. So I am stamping it down like that. This is red rubber, so there's no need for a paper piercing mat. And there we have the stamp, but I need, and I should have brought out another piece of scrap. And now I want, because the original card, it has a pop-up here. And so I'm going to stamp it again, but I just want this, and I will fussy cut that out. Like that. Okay. And you know, while I've got all the stamps out, I'm going to take the little card, Big Thanks, and I'm going to use the Gorgeous Grape. And, whoops, the die cut piece. I hope I have this straight, folks. I hope I have this straight. That's good. Okay, so I'm going to take the dark old olive, and I'm just coloring in the veins on the leaves. Yeah. And then the light old olive, like this. And I'm just coloring in each of the leaves. And if you wanted to, you could add a little bit more dimension to the leaves, taking your color lifter and just removing some of the color to give it a bit of a highlight. This card is really simple to go together, but I think it's one of these cards that has nice detail, and it's a simple card. It's not an overly fussy card. Now it's totally up to you. You can color the one underneath, or you can leave it blank. I'm actually going to color it just in case you can see underneath the layer. And it also gives you a chance to test your coloring skills. And I'm going to do color this one as well. And it, you know, tests your coloring skills, your pressure and that type of thing. And now this is the light fresh freesia. Did I use fresh freesia? Yeah, I did. I think I did. I used a purple. How's that? I used a purple color. So I didn't hear, did anybody tell me what color they want to leave? Um, if you have any colors that are not your favorite. Blushing Bride's mine, and I'm not a fan of Rachel Razzleberry either. But then I saw somebody post that they wanted Pear Pizzazz to go, and it's like, oh my gosh, I love Pear Pizzazz. So, you know, each to his own, right? Everybody has their own thinking on what colors should stick around. But I think Blushing Bride, it's pretty even consensus there that it's time. It's time to go. It's a dirty, dirty pink. We need a really pretty pink. Even petal pink is not really a pretty pink. And I don't mean a bubblegum pink either. I don't find that a pretty pink. I'm very picky on my pinks, aren't I? I know Anne is picky on her purples. Anne's a purple person. Anne's a purple people eater. Okay, so this is, I'm going to put this on the front of the card. Like that. I think next week we will be playing with, oh, the citrus bundle. I've got some cards to share with that. I'm just actually lining up the score line on the center line. You know me, I use my grid paper all the time. And I always cut a little bit extra. So I'm going to trim that off. This is what happens when you use your scissors to pick stuff up with. Can you see my scissors? How they're curved. Oh my gosh, my camera's not. There we go. How they're curved. Anyhow, that's because I don't treat them very well. Elizabeth Green. I've cut this, and it's not the right size width either, or length. I just ripped it out. I just pulled it out thinking, oh, I have one that's already cut, but it wasn't. There we go. There we go. It's 5.5 by 4.25. Okay, so that's the card. Really simple card, folks. And now I'm going to mount this onto here. And you know I'm going to break out the Wink of Stella, right? You love pink. I know. I love pink too, Lois, but not the petal pink or the blushing bride. It's my opinion, and you can like it. Okay, so now I'm going to pop this up. I need the big ones. I haven't been sleeping well, so tonight after I do this, I know it's going to be like 8:05 or 8:10, but I am going to put my PJs on and I'm going to go to bed because I'm tired. I'm yawning. That. And yes, I am going to pop that up, little card, big thanks, like that. I just think this is so pretty. It's so simple. It's like so simple that it's kind of ashamed to share it with you guys, but sometimes simple is good. And it's, you know, it's all about the little extra detail, right? And so I am going to break out my wink, wink, wink. I'm not done yet. I have to fussy cut this one. Some of the items that came in on the online store are really cute. There's one that's is it an elephant? And I looked at it this morning and I went, oh man. But it looked cute and it had dies that went with it. Okay. And I'm just fussy cutting it and keeping like an even space around it. I'll try to make it even. And a couple of dimensionals. Oh, this dimensional is kind of big. Okay. Like that. And then the last thing we're going to do, I'm just going to take the Wink of Stella and I'm going to cover all over the biggest flower. Even though it's a really simple card, the fact that it's been fussy cut and has the Wink of Stella on it just raises it up a little bit as far as detail goes. There you go. Oh, there you can see the wink. Did I wink all the? No, we just wink the top one. But you know what I'm going to do? Where's my color lifter? I'm just going to take some of the color off the center here just to give it a bit of, and this is the color lifter that's running out. Toss it. There we go. There we go. Little card, big thanks. You're only seeing my hands? Oh, oh, I'm sorry. Lois, anyone else? Could you see the card? Or Lois said she was only seeing my hands, so maybe it was how I was coloring. I was coloring over the Wink of Stella. So it's a really simple card, folks. I call this a basic layout that you can recreate this using almost any stamp set, any, can see the card. You can see the card? Oh, okay. Yeah, you can use this for any basic layout and just stamp set and dies. And, you can do the edging with the Stitch with Whimsy, or you can leave it blank. And if I left it blank, you could add a little bit of extra by putting some rhinestones on it. Like that. Give it a little bit of extra sparkle. That's the card. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. That's really simple card. All right, I'm going to go to bed. I'm going to turn on the TV. I've been watching White Lotus. Is that what it's called? White Lotus? I don't know if anyone else has watched season 1. I'm watching season 2. It's weird. That's all I can say. It's a weird show, but it kind of gets you hooked on it. Take care. Happy stamping. And I will talk to you next week. God willing, everything's the same. Same time, same bat channel. Have a good night. Bye.